So, day number 2, wrapping this GTR. So right now, we're actually going to tackle this tonight. Hopefully we can get a few more panels done. I'm still alone tonight, so hopefully I can manage to do a few more. I only did the hood the other day, messed up in a couple of spots, but I learned. Now I know how to maneuver the vinyl a little better. So, what we're going to start with is this side fender. So we'll pull the light first, pull the light out, remove the wheel, and just make sure that everything is all nice on the inside. I don't want no sloppy looking junk, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So first things first, get the light off, get the wheel off, make sure everything is clean on the inside, and then lay that vinyl. So now that the headlight is removed, well, I went to jack up the front, and of course, the car is a little too low, jack won't go under. But that's a quick fix. Let's put some air in the bag and let her come up. Now that we lifted up the front a little bit, it goes in like a charm. So now let's pull the tire off and make sure that everything's out of the way so we can start wrapping this fender. Oh, and by the way, as you can see here, I removed the carbon fiber badging, which is only held by double-sided tape, so I heated that up, removed that, and then removed the other piece here. So these are just pushed in, held with double-sided tape, so it's not a big deal to remove them. All right, so the headlight is removed. I did put some 3M knifeless tape right here so I can have a nice clean hedge on this side. I did not put it on the door because it actually gets folded on the inside, and I'm pretty sure I can actually create a nice cut line there. At the bottom, same thing. As far as here, what I'm going to do is I just pulled the inner fender back, and I'm going to tuck it in underneath here so you won't be able to see it. Just got to clean this real quick, and then we'll be able to lay some vinyl. See how that goes. So now that it looks like a fender, I gotta do some trimming. Just gotta make sure everything is locked into place. And she should be good to go. Strange how you can't even see the color well on this camera. Yeah, so took me a while to do this fender. Hopefully it gets a little easier. I'm still learning. The more I do, the better, easier it is. Kinda, not really. I'm not gonna open up a wrap business, that's for sure. I'm gonna wrap this car, hopefully it turns out all right, and then I'm done. I'm not doing any other vehicle, no. It does look pretty good though. Gotta say, kind of liking this color. Happy with my choice. Now on to fender number Where is it? Right here, under number 2. This fender. Oh, hopefully it gets easier. Hopefully it gets easier. All right, let's get at it. It won't do itself. So on to this side now. So what I did a few things a little differently. So I put the 3M tape here. So it's knifeless tape, a little easier. Don't need it at the bottom, so I just still put the yellow tape. I did the exact same thing on the inside here. Reason for that, it makes a nice crisp line on the inside, which looks relatively clean. So let's try to wrap this one, and hopefully everything goes easier than last side. So, you've seen me struggle a little bit with that fender. And yeah, well, another update too is it's been a week since that video was shot. So when I did that fender, as you could see in the little video, I was having a hard time, but it went a little better than the other side. So I was getting better at it. Ended up doing the rest of the car off camera. Reason for that is it would only be time lapses. So time lapses of me doing it, honestly, it gets boring real quick, and I figured I'd just jump out of that right away, get the car wrapped, and then continue on with the project. So I'll show you guys the finished products. Of course, there is a few little spots that I personally do not like. If you do not know where the imperfections are, you don't really see it if you're there in person, but I see it. So there's a few panels that I want to redo. Obviously it won't be now because I'm sick and tired of wrapping. First time wrapper, probably last time wrapper. But yeah, so I'll show you guys the finished product. So here she is. You can't really see the color in here compared to like in person, but it's a real nice color. It is dirty right now because it's been sitting. And of course I've got this next to it, which is what we're gonna touch base on afterwards. But I'll just give you a little look at the car. It does look so good in white compared to the silver, in my opinion. So I do have it wingless right now. I might attempt to wrap the wing. Not 100% sure yet if I want to. I am not good at wrapping at all. So it's gonna take me a while to try to wrap that up. As you can see, that's how she looks. And that's how low she is. So the front bumper and the rear bumper are not fully on right now, and that's why my corner light, just right there, is not installed. I decided to leave these panels here, the A-pillars, in black, as well as these, left them in black, and the sides as well. So as you can see here, carbon fiber will need to be re-cleared, and I'll do that at the same time as I paint this thing. So, on to this thing. Give you guys a rundown of what's happening. Oh, this is a 240SX with the LS swap in it, with T56 manual 6-speed transmission. We did this swap a few years ago, and never really ran all that well. It had a lot of issues. The full inside harness, which we touched base on the previous video, or might be at the beginning of this video. See, I'm not good at taking videos at all. I suck, but I'll try to get better. And Jean, well, he's been slacking on his end as well. With the COVID-19 and everything, it shut down all the car shows up until at least June. So we kind of lost a little bit of momentum. We were really rushing. We were trying to get all the cars ready for the first car show of the year, and then this shit show happened. So that's where we are. So I did change the wiring harness in that car, so now it runs. I got the Holley EFI. Big shout out to Entice Motorsports. Check them out. Good deals, great service, and it can get you the parts even in this fiasco that's going on. So car runs, drives awesome now, so that's good. But initially when we did it, Justin wanted to go purple. It was purple before. I'll show a little picture up here. Midnight purple, I think it's what it's called. I'm not 100% sure, but it's an original Nissan color. It's not the R34 version, but I think it might be the R33. But you'll see in the picture, it was purple for a while. Justin really liked it purple. That's before the wide body, before the LS. That's when it had an SR20 in it. And then when it came to doing the swap and whatnot, his cash came a little low. Doing an LS swap, people say it's cheap. It definitely is not. Once you start putting all the parts in it that you need, it gets expensive really quick, and this guy now knows. Just the T56 alone here in Canada, if you're watching from the States, might be cheaper, but you're not gonna find one under three grand. It doesn't happen. Everybody wants those transmissions, and people pay for them. So anyways, we ended up not having enough funds to paint it. So I had some paint here left from another project, still had a gallon. So I was like, well, it's urethane single coat that I said we can throw it on just to make sure nothing rusts. No rust on those quarter panels. That's just a joke because they're fiberglass. But we just shot it quickly. Honestly, it was not the perfect job. It was single coat, not a fun paint to buff and whatnot. Plus my son came and shot it with a water gun when it was actually still in the process of being painted. So yeah, didn't work out so well. It had some water spots and stuff on it, but it was just temporary. We knew it from the start. It was just temporary. It was not a show car. And even then, it's not gonna be a show car. It's gonna be a all around drive, beat, do burnouts. That's it. So now he wants it white, just to match those wheels right here. So he picked up the paint. He's got everything. Right now, I told him that he needed to sand it, so he came over, and guess what he did? And then he just sanded the whole car. Obviously, he rough sanded it. There's a lot of spots that need to be touched up, and there's a lot of spots where we need to do a little bit of body work. So that will be the project right now. I did not install the air system in the GTR yet. Still got to do that. Still on the manual Schrader valves right now. Oh, but I did paint my tank. I'll show you guys right now. So I don't know if you guys remember, it had the Gucci Gang, green, red in the middle, and the Gucci Gang logo. I did not like that, so I ended up painting it pearl white. Obviously did not want to wrap this thing, so I painted it pearl white. Reason why I painted it pearl white? Well, I'll add a little video here, or a little picture of a car that I picked up at auction the other day. I did not film that car. It's nothing fancy or anything like that. It's just picked it up at auction, had a little bit of damage, fixed it, painted it, and that's it. So I did that, and I painted the tank at the same time. It was a pearlescent paint on that SUV, so I just shot a few more coats on the tank itself. Doesn't match necessarily the car, but it goes in the trunk. I just didn't want no Gucci Gang. So what I'll do is I'll just go around the car real quickly, just so you can see what we're working with. And then we can I think I'm gonna wrap the video right here and start and do a 240SX video by itself, just to not complicate things. And then we'll jump on the GTR once this is done. So as you can see, these are all fiberglass fenders. They're molded on, so not much to do there. The trunk, however, well, it's seen some better days. It does have that duckbill on, so it hides a lot of stuff, but I wanted to remove it simply to get this little rust issues fixed. Somebody had previously had body work on it. It cracked, because apparently at one point it had this big giant drift wing on it, and yeah, somebody did body work to this a while back. So yeah, there's corrosion, so I just want to get rid of that and sand all the areas properly. As you can see, the rear bumper, I just laid down a little bit of mud because there was some little stuff, little imperfection. There was a few little cracks that I grounded down and put some fiberglass and then just skim coat it with Bondo so I can actually get the shape proper and get this going. And on this side, same exact thing. A little bit of Bondo on the front fender because Justin actually ended up using the DA sideways. I'm not 100% sure how he did it, but he managed to do a dip in the fiberglass itself. So yeah, had to fix that. So, and the plan is to get rid of that ugly exhaust. So Justin wants to keep this tip, but obviously it needs to go down and whatnot. I personally do not like this tip sticking out like this. So leave a little note in the comment. Do you like the tip sticking out like this? Obviously we'll just put it in the middle, but how do you like that? Do you like this? Or would you rather have an R35 GTR tip that would end up being pretty flush right in there? So just to keep it nice and classy, these were what was on this car before. Let's see here. But yeah, so let me know what you think. And maybe Justin will change his mind and go with GTR tip instead of Flowmaster. So hopefully this episode wasn't too boring. I know I did not show the whole wrapping process. Just figured it wasn't necessarily beneficial to film everything in hyperlapse. Not a lot of communication, there's not a lot of speaking. But let me know in the comments, maybe that's what you guys want. So basically, I just want to know, leave a note in the comments. Do you want me to do hyperlapse, or would you rather have some talking, some explanation, and then see me do something? Obviously, wrapping a car, it gets boring because it's always the same exact thing. So anyways, thanks for checking us out. We will actually dedicate more time into making videos and actually posting hopefully every week. We're sorry that we missed out a few weeks, and I'm sorry that I did not film all of this, but hopefully you still enjoyed it. Next step, we'll be working on this. I'll film more on the painting side of things. Obviously, it's probably gonna be a montage, a little bit of explanation along the way, but it's pretty simple. There's not much work to be done on the car itself. But yeah, so make sure to like, share, subscribe, and if you want some merch, hit us up on Facebook. So Fuel by Haters Customs on Facebook. Right now with the COVID-19, it might be a little harder. We gotta ship it and whatnot, but we can make the arrangements to ship it out. And then hopefully by next week, we'll have another video up of Jean working on the Cobra. He's doing some work to it. It's been tough, it's been tough. Yeah, we'll leave it at that, and stay safe.